At last, someone arrives. On behalf of the Nord Cultural Exchange, I request assistance. Greetings! I am Ysmer of the glorious expedition for the Nord Cultural Exchange, and the village before you is Shore's Stand. It houses a great community of proud Nords who, frankly, will not listen to a word we say. The Stirk Fellowship tasked us with getting the people of Shore's Stand to ally with us against the Worm Cult. A fine idea, except that Britt the Bold is in charge. She's too inexperienced, and the villagers are too stubborn to listen. It's not her fault. The villagers sent the rest of our envoy away. Britt's too stubborn to leave. She gets that from her brother. She needs help, and I have failed her once already. Will you aid her? The exchange pays well, as does the Fellowship. Britt's in the square. Last I saw, she was doing her best to dazzle the speakers of the village. Her brother Rigert would be proud. I must return to Sunport. Prince Azah of the Stirk Fellowship expects a report on our progress. Or lack thereof. King Yoren started the exchange to help bring the various factions of the Ebonheart Pact together. Since he was committing forces to the war against the Worm Cult, he figured we'd be helpful in connecting with the locals. So far, not so much. Very much so. Our leader, Rigert the Brash, is a genius at diplomacy. He plays the fool, but always achieves his goals. I wish he were here, and not busy with a secret mission of his own. I just hope his little sister is half the diplomat that he is. I respect Britt a lot. Following in your brother's footsteps is not an easy thing. Still, she believes in the cultural exchange. Britt's young, but with time, she may prove to be a greater ambassador than Rigert, if this mission doesn't ruin her. You know Rigert? When King Yoren created the Nord Cultural Exchange and put Rigert in charge, Britt was still quite young. They were close once, but his travels take him far from home. But she read his letters and decided to become a diplomat too.
I looked everywhere for that blasted magic hat, and it's still missing. Sorry, no trade today. You may not think that a hat is important, but I refuse to conduct business without it. My magic cap is lucky. I can't believe I lost it. A sorcerer gave it to me to help light fires. I am not very good at that. But ever since I got my magic cap, people don't try to haggle my prices down. I have fewer run-ins with bandits. I always sleep by roaring fires. I need that magic cap. It was so foolish. I was cooking and took my magic cap off so it wouldn't fall into the cookpot. When I turned around to put it back on, it wasn't there. I searched everywhere. Because nothing else is missing. If some thieves come into my camp while I was cooking, why would they only take a plain hat? I have several other wares that glitter and catch the eye. It must be here somewhere. I'll find it.
Stick your Stirk Fellowship where the sun sets, Mainlander.
But we can help each other. Rid Solstice of the Worm Cult threat.
We have a bigger problem than the Worm Cult. Help with that, or go away.
I tried gifts. I tried kindest and most flatteringest of words. I even tried logics beyond argumentation. Everything my brother said always works failed. How am I supposed to get through to these Nords? And you agreed? Oh, you're now my most favoritist person. Village speakers disagree with me about worm cult danger. They want to deal with things in their own way. No matter how far Nords go from Skyrim, we keep our cultural bullheadedness alive. Speaker Hialf thinks the village has a bigger problem than the cult. He wants help, so we shall help him. But you talk to Speaker first. I used all my most convincingest words, and the speakers still rejected me. I must think up new ones. Shore's Stand has 3 halls. Bear Hall, Hall of Feathers, and Wolf Hall. Speakers, well, they speak for their halls. And halls speak for everyone in Shore's Stand. If speakers don't trust us, then no one trusts us. Big predicament. I did some asking, and each hall has big role. Bear Hall protects. Hall of Feathers organizes parties. And Wolf Hall keeps everyone fed and content. Very orderly. These are very strange Nords. Some ways I recognize, others not so much. Bear, birds, and wolves. Old Nord gods from really old days. But speakers don't talk like old Nords, or even good like my brother and me. They have new ideas, a different outlook. I will really enjoy this mission, if we don't make mess of it. I asked very politely. My brother Rigert arrived with secret mission from Skald King, and Stirk Fellowship needed someone to recruit these Nords. I thought it would be easy task, but who knew these Nords would be so different? Most call him Rigert the Brash, but yes, he's my older brother and leader of Nord Cultural Exchange. Big honor. Skald King Yoran sent him all over Tamriel, and now all over world. I joined as soon as I could. Exchanging culture is my passion.
Where is my daughter?
She went after the beast. We couldn't stop her.
It destroyed a lot of trees. The beast is too powerful.
A beast? We could help with that.
You're with that culture exchange woman, right? Look, even if I wanted to talk the other speakers into listening to you, I can't. There are too many problems facing the village right now to lend our support to strangers from the mainland. You overheard that. Necromancers or whatever threat Britt spoke about are tomorrow's problem. The beast is a threat to Shore's Stand right now. Good warriors nearly died trying to catch it. The village is scared. I can't promise anything, but I'd have one less excuse not to consider it. The beast hides out in the woods, to the east. If you want to go after it, I'd start there. Given how much destruction it's caused, you should pick up its trail quickly. It's strange. So many of the reports disagree on the details. Our villagers can tell you what they saw. Just ask politely. If you decide to hunt the beast, please look for my daughter as well. I'd go myself, but I have to protect the village.
Meet in Eastern Woods, friend. Beast awaits.
Stop the beast, and I'll consider this alliance you spoke of. Just don't get yourselves killed.
You're really going to do it? Go after Beast? I wish you luck. We will hold nice ceremony if you fail to return. What could I say that you would believe? The beast is unlike anything we ever hunted. It moves so slowly and makes no sound. We never even caught sight of it. But the beast has magic. Be careful.
Look! Destruction! You ready to prove our helpfulness? Speaker Hialf was not specific on how he wants Beast dealt with, but I have thoughts. A plan to really impress Bear Hall. We not kill Beast? I see you not get plan. If Beast dies, we look impressive. If we catch Beast and bring to village alive, we look most impressive, see? Capture is harder than kill. Yes, this good plan. Let's get to it. Look! In middle of burning embers! Big glint, see? Oh, that claw is enormous. Beast must have big talons. A survivor! Unless she is the beast.
Golruna? Wait. You're not from Shore Stand. I'm not a beast. I'm here, same as you, to catch it. This must be what Father warned me about. Overconfidence, ambition, they only get you hurt. But I can't go back to the village. Not while it's still in danger. The beast happened. We expected it to be on the ground, but the attack came from the treetops. Something snapped in the woods, and then there was a noise. Deafening, like thunder. That's when we started hurling spears. It was mayhem. No, just shadows from the flames it threw at us. Everyone else ran back to the bear hall. I stayed to hold it off. But I can't fight the beast anymore. Not in this condition. Father is going to be so mad. My father already knows. Great. He wanted me to join the Hall of Feathers, but I don't care about music and dance. I want to protect people. I tried my best. I fought the beast longer than anyone else. But I suppose it's your turn now. Good luck.
Don't worry. My friend here has hunted many beasts, I hope. There! Not forest creatures. Other one. That's our beast? It is... small. Our beast is Sloth? Too small to call beast. Beastlet? No, that's silly. It went into cave. Our beastlet just woke up. I'll go after our beast. Catch up when you can. Wait! Good, beastlet. Stay calm. No exploding us, yes? Friend, take sparkly hat. I have suspicions. And just like that, we turned beastlet into sloth! Animals like me. The trick is patience, a soothing voice, and lots of hand-waving. Bear Hall hunters don't do any of that. They probably scared our poor little beast. It didn't know any better. Silly, I agree. But silly can be dangerous too. Still, Speaker Hialf may have trouble believing us. That's why I'm going to get our beastlet and hat cleaned up. No one will accuse us of lying when they see both. Look at hat! It sparkles! Besides, did you hear merchant outside village? One with lost magicap? I think we found lost magicap. Now, off you go to Speaker Hialf. I have work to do and dramatic entrance to make. That always helps.
I don't care what you were doing. What if you died out there?
I am not a coward, Father. I do not run when things get dangerous.
My daughter returned from the beast hunt, which is a weight off my shoulders. But where's Britt? Where's the beast? Tell me what happened. How? You aren't injured. You aren't horrifically burned to a crisp. Are you really stronger than the best warriors of the Bear House? Well, what sort of creature was it? What beast can an emissary of the Fellowship hunt down that we cannot? A sloth in an enchanted hat. I'll need to see that to believe it. But if you're telling the truth, you've earned my support. You'd best talk to Speaker Frogilda next. She's polite enough to listen. Which is more than I can say about Speaker Sograd.
My magicap! I thought it was lost forever.
Here you go. Proof of your fearsomest beast. Now, I would like word with friend.
A sloth. We were terrorized by a sloth.
Hat returned and beast secured. How did you fare with Speaker Hialf? He ready to join Stirk Fellowship now? Good progress! Hall of Feathers is where Speaker Frogirda lives. She was mad before, but maybe she calmed down while we hunted Little Beast. I'll meet you there. My feet hurt after wrangling this little cutie.
My magic cup! You found it! On a sloth? It's going to take some time to wash the sloth smell out of it. But that hat is worth it. I can't thank you enough.
I said I'd have to see this sloth to believe your story. And here it is. The other speakers will never let me hear the end of this. A sloth in an enchanted hat caused so much fear and destruction. Unbelievable.
It's hard to believe that this little sloth is the beast that nearly killed me. Father always says not to underestimate your opponent. Sure knows I won't forget that lesson now.
I saw you talk to that strange woman, Britt the Bold. If you're here to get me to hand over my village to a group of outsiders who don't respect our culture, then you're going to have to leave my hall. Everyone who comes here looking to take advantage of our might thinks they're more sophisticated than we are. You've been here long enough to join a hunt, but you haven't picked up a book or asked about our traditions. It's not about books, it's our culture. That Stirk Fellowship wants to use our warriors without really knowing anything about us. For me, to agree to join your cause, you must prove that you're willing to learn who the people of Shorestand are. Telling you would defeat the purpose. Look around, examine our books, learn about us, and find your own inspiration. You seem clever enough, and that young woman certainly has a lot of spirit. You'll figure it out.
I'm here, friend. Tell me what you know. You met with Speaker Frogirda? I don't see any spit on you. What did she say? Won't respect? But this is Nord cultural exchange. Respect is what we do. Well, we just have to convince her otherwise. My brother would start gifting now, but we have no gifts. I could give beautiful and moving ram horn recital. List of 4 Nord names is too complicated. And brawling wouldn't be most convincing. This recipe looks good. Nothing says Nord culture like feast. But words are stranger than usual. Look at ingredients. Words make no sense. Wait, it's puzzle. I love puzzles. You find half, and I'll do same. Well, I saw farm outside village. It could have spuds. And try lake in west for swimmer's scales. But buzzer's treasure. Oh, visit local mead maker for honey. Find those and meet behind Bear Hall. Ooh, Rickard says I am most excellent cook.
I got my troubles and you got yours. What do you say to sharing them and lightening the burden? Like a potato? I can see where your trouble stems from. It's the wrong season to harvest potatoes. They're just buds. I have some dried potatoes. They won't be as good as fresh, mind you, but they'll work right enough in most recipes. Thing is, my farm's overrun with coral crabs. Get rid of the crabs, and you're welcome to my dried potatoes. Phew, that smells stronger than I remember. I take it this means you found what drew those coral crabs to my farm? Well, now we know that the crabs can't resist whatever's in this batch. I won't be buying it again from Olaf, that's for certain. I'm a man of my word. Here, 1 sack of dried potatoes. It should be more than enough for your recipe.
Hawk's bones, it's lovely outdoors. With the beast gone, I can just enjoy the breeze instead of looking over my shoulder. Swimmer's scales. You don't eat the scales unless you like a little crunch. No, your recipe probably means the flesh. Fishing's great here, if you have the right bait. Our lake's stocked with trout, and they've a taste for crab bits. Good thing there's a lot of crabs around here. Hope you're not squeamish like me. My brother keeps crab meat in our home, so I don't have to kill anything. But it's mine. You can't have any. See? I told you that you'd catch something fast with that bait.
The gods must have blessed that fancy smocked newcomer. I just watched her stick both boots in her mouth while talking. Oh, I have 1 jar left, but I have plans for it. Tell you what, the jar's yours if you sample the mead over there. Speaker Frogirda will only sell my mead at village gatherings if someone's tasted them first.
Just waiting for the work call to be finished. Despite our troubles, the work goes on.
Is it really that bad? Don't keep me in suspense here. Are my meads all right? Did you try them all? How were they? You acted strangely after some of them. No matter. Which one did you like best? So, the clover wasn't too strong of a flavor then. I'll keep that in mind. Here, I promised you the last jar of honey if you tasted the meads and you did your part. Be careful with it. I'd hate to see it go to waste.
Look here! Not bad for cook spot, no? That was adventure and a half. I went all over Shore's stand, even peeked into Wolf Hall. Learned not to talk to Speaker Sogrard yet. He's very shouty. How did you fare? Find all your ingredients? Perfect! I'll set everything out and then we can get started. Chefs say it's important to be organized when cooking. Otherwise, you might confuse radishes with eggs. Oh, I am excellent cook. Hardly burn anything. Brother Rickard loves my rabbit meatballs too. Don't worry so much. You tell what order to add ingredients. End of recipe is confusing. Think old Nords had trick up their boots with this one. Let's get this feast started! Yes, that's it. I knew you could cook. Yes, that's it. I knew you could cook.
Just waiting for the wolf call to give.
Potatoes? Out of season? Oh, I want a second bowl.
I'm not too late. Let the feast of friendship commence.
Stew proves nothing. Wait. Where did you find this recipe?
Together, Stu? At this time of year? Oh, it's delicious. Your food served and your feast started. But was it enough? Come, speak to me. I hope you know that the stew was lumpy and not a feast of friendship, like Britt said. It's usually served as part of a harvest celebration. And yet... Together stew is made from whatever's close at hand. We come together as a village to make it hearty and delicious. So, I suppose it is about friendship. Your ambassador may not be as daft as she appears. She actually taught me something. It wasn't elegant, but what about Nords ever is? Your feast was earnest and displayed willingness. I don't believe you'd treat our warriors as fodder. The Hall of Feathers will support your fellowship. And I have a gift for you. A book. You haven't talked to Sogrard yet, correct? I know what he'll ask of you, and this book will help. Before you ask, I won't tell you what his challenge will be. I won't cheat. But since you found inspiration from a book before, perhaps you can again.
See, Brigida? I told you this ambassador was different.
It's the wrong season for a harvest feast, but their effort is commendable.
It worked? Our feast worked?
You think some soup will sway me or my wolves? We know who we are. We know what we want. And we know that this fellowship is not for our village. Do you know who makes decisions for them? For their allies? We are the proud Nords of Shore Stand. We will act in our own best interests. Us. Not some fellowship. Not the regent in Sunport. And certainly not kings and queens from across the sea. As a matter of fact, I don't. But you managed to convince the other speakers of your intentions, and I've had a good while to study Britt the Bold. I have a challenge for her. If she can make a convincing enough speech, I will follow the others. You can't jump in to help her deliver it. And to make things more interesting, she must incorporate our village's founding story into the speech. If she does all these things, then yes, the whole village will join this fellowship. Because I think she can't do it, you convince the other speakers with your actions, hers and yours. This she must do on her own. It requires a quick mind. That's what I think you have that she lacks. Don't worry. I'm confident she'll fail.
Speaker Sograd talked to you without being mean and unsettling. I knew you were lucky. What did Speaker Sograd want? Did he change his mind about endorsing fellowship? That is ridiculous. When have political allies ever overruled each other? We'll have to prove him wrong. What does he want? Oh no! A speech? Not some grand display of helpfulness? Speaking's not my family's strongest, most skill. And the founding story? How will we get that? Alright, here's plan. I give speech like Speaker Sogrard wants. But you need to help when my memory fails. If you gesture to the things I forget in the speech, I can add them and no one will know. Is good plan, yes? You ready? Take all time you need. Speeches are most difficult. Even now, I struggle to think of bestest words. Skald King Euron makes it look so easy, but speechifying is not. Still, if you need reading time, then I get thinking time. Unless you are ready. Speaker Sogrard, you think Stirk Fellowship will not listen, but I listened. I know this village was founded by Nords looking for better lives. Nords with vision. Nords who saw this island in...
Sharp arrow will
A sword!
She's just confused.
Can't expect a fool to get it right.
A sack!
That doesn't sound right.
Wrong.
A barrel!
Where did you learn?
What village is she talking about?
A tankard! Their ocean journey was most rough and full of big whales. But when ship crashed, they didn't drown. They tied themselves to... A barrel! Yes! On barrels, they floated ashore. Solstice was dark and scary. But did your ancestors run? No. They dreamed of the Fox Shore. They dreamed of...
I wonder if Hula will be at the hall later.
A sword!
This is supposed to
Is
be
she
our
drunk?
ally.
Bread!
Ridiculous.
What village is she talking about?
A bow! Of course! Bows kill darkness and bring sun back to sky. You are visionariers, barrel lashers, hunters of darkness. You with your ceremonial mead and the food you eat for your forenords. Cheese! Yes, you are cheese eaters too. Your traditions live as long as your village. No one can take that away. You fear your voice will be silent? You fear orders? You are Shore's Stand Nords. You will not let those things happen.
That's right.
Not bad. Right, Sograd?
This island is your home. Defend it with friends. Defend it in fellowship.
I will have to think on this.
Can you think in tavern? My throat's dry and wants to drink. One moment, friend. I have ideas. Don't tell speakers, but I have the most cunningest of plans. Remember Speaker Frogirda's books? There was one on Great Nord brawling tradition. We start a tavern brawl and bring village even closer together. Speaker Sogrard was close to agreeing, but pride blocks progress. So, we brawl. Let him get frustrations out and see that Stirk Fellowship is not so bad. He wants to agree, but with time he will talk self out of it. We won't give him time. Like I said, most cunningest of plans. I go start brawl. Come in when you're ready. Is this how you welcome outsiders? Show me good time, brawl!
How's this?
Have fun, friend!
No maiming or serious injuries.
Ah, yes!
Let's
a
make
time-honored
noise.
sword-stand tradition. Off the rafters! Make sure to land on someone!
Don't forget to pick up your teeth.
We sat out too long. Let's join the fun.
Have fun hitting someone else! I'm done!
No more for
We
me.
showed them.
I yield.
Fresh air will clear my head. I'll make my
Speaker
decision
Sogard left?
outside.
Come, friend, let's see if plan worked.
What excellent fighting.
There you are. Speaker Sogrard wants your ear, not mine. Still smarting from my fanciest footwork, I guess?
As I said, I needed some time to think and some fresh air. Britt is as bold as her name, using that brawl to distract me. But still, I must admit that she rose to the occasion and surprised me with that speech. Your ambassador reminded me that our people have always been our own. We will not be swayed or ordered about by anyone. We speakers will go to Sunport and send for our warriors when they are most needed. To offer advice, we know how to use our village's warriors best. If the Fellowship has any issues with that, then they'll need our assistance more than we thought. But this island is our home. We should defend it from every threat.
Sounds like your talk went well. We have much to discuss. Oh, that was incredible! Every bit of it. From beast hunt to feast making, a speech that did not go most disastrously, and a brawl. Others in cultural exchange will be jealous when they hear, and Rigard will be so proud. Hard work just starting for speakers, but for us, I can happily say we are done. Thanks to us, Shore's Stand joins fellowship and friendship and with opened minds. Cultural exchange pays well. Since you helped, you get glorious reward too. Oh, I can't wait to tell Rigard what happened. He'll be so proud, maybe even buy me a drink in Sunport. I won't introduce him to speakers, though. They will get along with other fellowship members better. Breaking words is not Nordway. Not unless there is a murder, or better fishing elsewhere, or if sun moves from east to west. But I'll be in Sunport. No matter what happens, I'll keep proving fellowship's value to them. Until cultural exchange, my brother Rigard, or Skald King, sent me on next assignment. Isn't life exciting? I was only slightly worried this job wasn't for me, but look, it is exactly what I hoped for.
All right. Who's ready to chase the worm cult from our shores?
That's the spirit! The worm cultists don't stand a chance!
I thought the best way to protect this village was by staying here. But you showed me that the Bearhole can't do everything alone. With our assistance, the Stirk Fellowship's power, and Sunport's support, Shore's Stand will be safe from any threat. My daughter, she may be young, but the beast proved how passionate she is about keeping this village safe. She'll do a fine job in my absence. But it's not like I'm going far. If any threat is too great, we can get back here right away.
If Britt was the only emissary from the Stirk Fellowship, I doubt the village would have listened to her. But she had you. You accomplished what no one else has. Be proud of that. I always felt that Sunport offered nothing this village did not already contain. Until this fellowship took up residence there. Now, I suppose I will get to see if my earlier feeling was correct. Still, I doubt we will have much time to explore. Because we will be busy with other matters. The three of us aren't going to be seeing the sights or taking a respite from work. If the leaders of this fellowship are serious about taking on the worm cult, then our attention must be focused there.
Gods, I haven't left the village in a long time. I'm a little nervous about it, actually. Don't worry, I'll still go. I refuse to leave the fate of Shore Stand to other speakers. They don't know enough about our culture. Yes, but are they Nord flutes? All instruments are not the same. I'm certain they have adequate musical devices, but I want to be sure we have exactly what we require. I know I'm harsh to outsiders. I'll try to be softer once I assess the situation. Every little detail matters. If we start compromising, then what is the point? No, I go to Sunport to ensure our warriors do not forget who they are or where they come from.